Right guys, here we are. Sorry about the lack of content. I've been away for a long weekend. Ooh, tents are here. That's always good. And there's even a couple of bicycles. Haha. Looks like the lads have been busy. Oh, what kit have I got? I can see I have an M4, a pistol with very little luck, with one clip of ammunition. Got some meat. I need something to eat. So let's have a little look at my backpack. We've got plenty of standard rounds. So I think we better cook this meat up, and yeah, there's plenty of stuff in that tent. So if I just shift over some stuff, I need 2 slots. I need 2 slots for some wood. So let's go get some wood. One of the things I've noticed on some of the other game servers, the other versions of Dayz on the different maps, it doesn't know that a wood's a wood, so you rely on finding timber. Yeah, we've got our wood. We might put it here, mightn't we? So into here, matches, make fireplace. It's strange, you don't need matches to light a fire, but you need matches to make a fireplace. Yeah, logic there's a little squiffy, because anyone can light a fire. Cook meat. And here we go, cooking the meat. Yes, it's one of the little, put the fire out, one of the little unusual things that anyone can light a fire and put a fire out. But to make a fire, you need matches. Isn't that weird? Anyway, what else has been happening? I was on a website today and saw some really nice pictures from the developers of the single-player version of this game. Let's have a munchie. The new single-player, or not single-player, sorry, the new standalone version of Dayz. And what they're doing, apparently, is putting an interior onto every single building in Dayz, which to me sounds damn good. Saw some of the screenshots of the interiors. They looked fantastic. Really nice screenshots of interiors. So it looks like we're going to have lots and lots of buildings to go through. Now, when I was, well, one of the things I noticed about the Takistan map, which I thought was particularly interesting, was that I've got a PW mag. Sorry, one of the things I noticed about the Takistan map that changed the gameplay is because so many of the buildings were enterable. You spent a lot more time in an individual village. You stayed. You didn't. There was no great. Once you found a village, there was no great need to go tromping all over the place. So, yeah, that was an interesting way of doing things. It was so that it changed the gameplay. Is what I'm trying to say. It was a subtle change to the gameplay because all the buildings in the village were enterable. Every building was worth going to. And we come along here, don't know if we can see it. Get off the rocks. Break a bloody leg standing on a rock. We see that building over there and its little outbuildings, and we think to ourselves, well, that's not an enterable building. And those aren't enterable outbuildings. Maybe that one, the one I got my cursor over now, we might have something. So we look at that and we say, I'm not bothering to go there. There's no point going there because there's a possibility there might be water, but there's not going to be any kit, so you don't even bother going there. And then you look at this and you think, well, that's enterable, but that's not. And the one in the background, that's enterable. So yeah, it's where there's at least 3 or 4 enterable buildings over there. I'll go over and look. So you go to that, but you wouldn't go there, because you look at that, even from this distance, I know there are no enterable buildings. In fact, I've been using this area as my base camp for months, and I've never been over to that house. Not once. Never been over. There's no point. There's nothing there. I know there's nothing there. It's not an enterable building. But in the new standalone version, it will be an enterable building. So it'll be worth going there. That sounds interesting to me. Sounds very interesting indeed. That because, as I say, when I'm playing on the Takistan map, it's one of the things I noticed the most was the fact that because nearly every building was enterable, it changed the way you played. You could, once you found a village, you were set. You would. I think also in the Takistan map they upped the amount of content coming in, so you know, you were going to be set quite quickly. That's what I'm looking for. Is some painkillers. Never leave home without painkillers or ammunition. So, yeah, go on, let's put one of those in and trust this tent, and I'm not carrying those. I'll use that to get it to my front pouch. I don't need to carry this much. Actually, I'm not quite sure why I'm carrying cans of Coke at all, because you can find them blooming anywhere. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Don't need to carry that either. All that. Might be a nice idea. Those in reserve. Closed bag. And I'm not carrying any liquid in my front pouch. So, what are we going to do and where are we going to go? I got the biggest backpack. I've still got my hero skin. I've got a nice primary. My secondary is low on ammunition. Quick little check to see how many. There's one other guy on the server. There's me. And there's this guy. Chances of me bumping into him pretty low. So I think we can safely say... Ooh, now why has someone put a tag there? Oh well, right at the top of that hill. Do you think that's worth having to go to? There's going to be bugger all there. I do like it when people put marks on the map and don't realise that everybody with a map can see them. You see, that's right at the top of a mountain. How far away is it? It is... It disappears. Hang on, I'll put it to the side of the screen. Can you see it at the side of the screen? It's 10 kilometres away. Should we go and have a look at it? Someone's gone to the trouble of putting an X on the map. Well, I tell you what, I'm going to go to the trouble of going to have a look at it. So, I was going to do a little run up to the airfield to see what's what. But instead, no, we are going to go a long and lonely march straight north. I think it's pretty much straight north. You just off north. To go have a look at why someone put an X on the map. Might be not of any great value. I've done this before, where I've gone to see why there's an X on the map and discovered there's absolutely nothing there. It was just like, this is where I am, put an X here. But, well, I've got plenty of ammunition, I've got plenty of food, I'm fit and healthy. Let's go for a run. 10 kilometres. See how long it takes me to get there. That's the point. What time is it? It is quarter to 12. Let's see how long it takes me to get there. Quarter to 12. Talk to you in a bit. Well, talk to you after I've cut the cut. There's no time for you. There's an edit. Anyway, you know what I mean. Just came across this barn, so I thought I'd better sneak in, remember rightly, there's a deer stand nearby. Oh yes. What the heck is this? That is very, very, very odd. I've got zombies, but look. What on earth is this all about? We had hackers on the server? Looks like it. Open backpack. I'm confused. They've got NV goggles, rangefinders, toolbox watch, the large coyote backpack, SD, M9 SD, GPS. These are well equipped. Magazines, ghillie suit, heat pack, one meat, no blood, a bandage, and a silenced variant. Oh, do they? No, they have the silenced round, but they don't have the silenced weapon. They only have the silenced pistol. How strange. Very, very odd. And that, look, what's he got on the back? Gear, an FN. This is pretty much the same kit over and over and over again. Except that he doesn't have the how weird. How very, very, very odd. It's like the same thing over and over and over again. Definitely got to be hackers, hasn't it? Always curious in this game. I don't like what is quite clearly, well, yeah, clearly hackers. But to what purpose? 5 of them on that side and 5 on this side. Isn't that the strangest thing you've ever seen? Occasionally you'll come across a player that when they die don't despawn. But looking at these guys, their hands are moving. So that isn't a frozen player, as in, what am I trying to say? That sometimes this game fails to, that when you die you fail to fall down dead, or when you leave the server your body doesn't sort of like clean up. It happens sometimes, you know. It's an alpha. It's a very early version. But these are slightly different, because what happens in those situations is it's like a statue, and you can actually run through the statue. Now, can I run through this one? Yes, I can. No, I didn't pick some up. So they're not actually here. You can't bump into them. Hang on. Have I? You can piss off. So they're not here, so I can run through them. Oh god, they're all coming now. But isn't this strange? It's the strangest thing ever. Yeah, you can piss off and all. Now, do I loot them? Because if it's clearly hackers, do I want to be seen to be benefiting from other people hacking? I mean, I'm not hacking, I don't hack, it's not what I do. If I want a drink, I have to go find it, and I have to go drink. Bandage, that's actually quite useful. But do I actually loot those bodies for their stuff? looking at what they've got, what do I actually need? Yeah, petrol can here. I must admit, if there was a vehicle here, it wouldn't take me 5 seconds to take it away. It wouldn't even cross my mind not to loot them. So maybe I should loot. What have they got that I want? Gear. Ghillie suit. Don't want a ghillie suit. Silence pistol. I could end up with a very nice silence pistol, couldn't I? I've got most of this stuff already. GPS, marvellous device. But, you know, I've got one, so I don't actually need another one. So do I go over to the silence pistol? Rangefinder. What use is the rangefinder? I'm not quite sure what use, because you lose your binoculars when you go for the rangefinder. Decisions. Ah, sod it. Oh, no, you lose your night vision when you go to the rangefinder. Sod that. No way am I swapping a night vision for a rangefinder. Not worth it. But SD might definitely be worth it over my little machine pistol. So what we're going to do is we're going to go SD. I'm going to drop a couple of those. And I'm going to grab a couple more. And I'm going to grab even more. But the rest of it, not sure if I need any of this. Sure as heck don't want a rangefinder if it's going to lose me my yeah, I don't want a rangefinder if it's going to lose me my night vision. Nope, that's the wrong thing I want. Now, do I get lots? I don't need this much. Ah, sorry. So, yes, very strange. The only reason I can see for these to exist here is the action of hackers. What is strange, the reason I've got my pistol up, is they appear to actually be moving. By that I mean they are characters being animated. They're in one pose. They're holding their weapon up and forward, but they are actually moving, like they're lightning. Their elbows are flexing. But isn't that the strangest thing? Probably disappear when the server restarts. So it makes it a little redundant going over to the where is it? I know there's one over there. Help if I can remember the words I'm trying to use. There is a deer stand over there. Can't remember where it is now. You can tell, you see, military zombies come away from the deer stand. Oh, and where were we going? It is 7792 meters. So let's find the weight and carry on running. I actually did what I wanted to do, which was to have a drink. But yeah, how weird! Come across those men standing there. Very, very strange. Yeah, very strange indeed. I can't imagine any reason the game would actually do that. It's not something I've ever seen before. I have seen hackers do some strange things. Bringing in mirrors of themselves isn't one of them, but someone was obviously having some fun lining them up and getting them to shooting each other or something. Very strange indeed. Well, we're approaching halfway. It's about a little over 5 kilometers to go. Quick time check. Oops, wrong button. Helps if I hit the right button. Time check. It is now approaching 12:15. Now we had a little 4 or 5 minutes while we were looking at those 5 minutes hacked in statues. Those people with in ghillie suits. So yeah, still making good time. I'd probably be maybe a kilometre further up the line if I hadn't stopped. Good thing I did really, otherwise I wouldn't have seen those guys. Still think it's strange. Still not sure whether it was right for me to take kit from it. Probably not. Oh well. So we're running along, and I noticed my frame rate has dipped, and the fans on my graphics cards are going nuts, and I think I figured out why. firebug. Hang on, can you see it? An enormous firebug. This is unusual on this server because this server gets restarted reasonably frequently. Firebug. Yeah. Hang on, get around you. I've seen it a few times whilst playing on Dayz. As I say, it's normally the sign of a slightly stressed server that needs to be restarted. It's actually great. Oops, just hit the microphone. Sorry about that. It's actually very, very good if you're at night, because of course it actually lights up half the map. That doesn't burn or anything. You can't. But look at it. Firebug, massive flames. Half of the map is on fire. Oh well, that sort of explains why my frame rate's been hit. Oh, and talk about distance. We are 1 kilometre, 1.8 kilometres away. There's a road there, so there is some civilization up this far up into the map. I had sort of thought that there was going to be absolutely nothing up here, but that's actually a road and a little bit of civilization, a little house. Should have been a little more careful going past that. And there's the firebug again. Oop, running in a tree. Get out of the bush. Probably one of the last houses on the map. Going north. And there's a road there. I hadn't anticipated there being roads this far up. No, I'm not sure what I was expecting. Let's have a quick look at the map. Where are we? Ah, it's this road here, isn't it? This road here going up that way. And then off the map, just off the map, is where we're going. Oop, hang on, stand up. So, you can see that my food and my drink is rather red. I'll not bother drinking and eating until I'm actually at the point. And you can see the trees are starting to thin out a little bit because we are about to leave the map. If you can see, you really will have to have this on full screen and a high resolution, but there's a line just over there, and that's the edge of the map. So here we are. We are 583 meters from our target. Let's move in. We are at 01. So here, and it's 04. So hang on. Wait. We're here. The edge of this side of the map is just here, and where we're going is here, right on the edge of the map, and it won't let me take it up any higher. And it's a hill, and I'm just trying to figure out why anyone would put a mark there. So we're going to go have a look. Oh, time. People are interested in time. It is 12:30, so it has taken us around 3/4 of an hour to get here. Quite a long time, really. Now, if you notice, the ground is like I was in... Ooh, just transitioned there. It was like I was in a wood, but without the trees. And if we look at the texture over there, because that's the outside of the map, it is just a painted texture. I think we'll find as we get closer the grass will disappear. I'm not entirely sure. I've flown out to this area. In fact, I've flown beyond. Even though there's nothing happening, as in no trees or anything, I'm not sure that there is actually an end to the map. You can carry on. But obviously as you approach 0000, they don't anticipate that you should be in the playable area. I don't know what happens if you go outside of the playable area. Ooh, my food has just started flashing. So I should really do something about that, especially if I actually want to get back. Might as well take the opportunity to drink as well. And I've got a sneaky feeling there's nothing here. It's just my luck that there'll be absolutely nothing here, that I would have come 10 kilometres for nothing. This is what happens when you put crap on the map. There is only one other player on the map. No idea where he is. Oh, come on, run. Thank you. I'm never quite sure if zigzagging actually gets you anywhere faster. Ah, you see? Can you see that division? Just here. Map. Outside the map. This, by the way this looks, that's how most of Armour 1 looked. Little bit of grass, but not much. Just painted surfaces. And in fact, when Armour 2 came out, quite a few of us would turn texture details down just to return it to because it helps the performance of your PC. And we're going to go to that little K mark, and I bet you there's absolutely bugger all here, and there isn't. There is nothing. We are on a mountain outside of the map, and there's nothing here. Now, can you see those mountains in the distance? They're not real, and by that I mean they're part of the skybox. There is actually a mod you can do to get rid of them. But obviously those mountains are real, I can go there. So, can you see this line? Sort of dent? Doesn't look like much, but when you see it from a very long distance, it's quite obviously the edge of the map. So we're off the map, no grass. And look, grass! In a clearly defined, and there's, we've got another ridge in the other direction. See? There it goes off in that direction. And off in that direction. We are off the map. Someone put a marker down and nothing. Absolutely nothing. Why did someone put a marker here? So annoying when they do things like that. So, this is where we are. Right on the corner of the map. So, where are we going? What are we going to do? We're up this far. There's a few peaks to look at. The only real place, the first place of any kind of interest, is the airfield. We could run along the cross. Get my words out straight. Run along across the top of the map to see what's there, but I don't think there will be anything here. We've got the, as my friend calls it, the Pedo Bear Dam. Yeah, that's not how you spell Pedo Bear, but hey, that's what he called it. This is an interesting little area over here, and Bergino, one of my favourite little towns. This is my favourite alternate town because this has even more than the one I normally use as home base. I've used this town as a home base in the past because that's a hospital, that's a supermarket, you've got water sources, so you've got hospital, supermarket, pub here, all enterable. We have agricultural barns here, and we go down here, that's another supermarket, and these three buildings here are blocks of flats with loads of stuff in, and in this football field, see, are some tents with a bit of military spawn. Not a great deal of military spawn, but you do get the odd item of military spawn. And then we've got industrial areas. We've got a lumber mill here, we have docks with ancillary buildings, there's a railway station, there's more industrial here, more blocks of flats if I remember rightly, more industrial. So there is actually, this whole sort of area is very, very rich. That's Bergino, the lumber mill, the dockyard area, and then you're not actually very far away from a little airfield. Not a great deal of military spawn in here, one or two items, it's fairly thin pickings. So what shall we do? Well, we're a long way from anywhere, aren't we? Should we do a run on the airfield, or should we go to Bergino? Let's go to Bergino. long way. Let's see how far away that actually is. Ye gods. 13.5 kilometres. That's a long way. That is a very, very long way for a single run, and I'm not entirely sure I have a great deal of supplies. I don't have any liquid, and although I've got lots of ammunition, I don't have any food. So I'm going to need to go and swing into somewhere first. Bom bom bom. Gorovka. Could pop in there. Haven't been there for a long time. Devil's Castle. That's a nice little link up. So let's cut this into smaller chunks. Hang on. Come on. Click into there. Still over 5 kilometres, almost 6 kilometres to get to there. But will I make 5.7 kilometres without anything to eat and without anything to drink? Better be something when I get there, eh? Better be something when I get there. Okay, we're back. Now, nothing much interesting has happened on our march across the map, apart from finding a sheep. And I have chowed down on some mutton. What time is it? It's 1 o'clock. So I've actually been playing for an hour and a quarter. Doesn't feel like it, but anyway, we are approaching the hamlet or village of oh God, how do you pronounce that? Petrovica. Anyway, it's a place I should know pretty damn well because we're just north of the airfield. And a couple of years ago, when Arma 2 was a new game, we used to spend a lot of time attacking this village because we used to play a game mode called Evo, and in one of the variants of Evo, this was the first town you attacked. Evo was what they call a whole map of a whole island conquest, where a town would be, or a village needed clearing of enemies, and there would be lots and lots of enemies, and there would be tanks and armoured personnel carriers and anti-air and all sorts of things you had to deal with, loads and loads of troops. There would be a radio tower, and whilst the radio tower was intact, the troops within the red area would be reinforced. There used to be overflights of aircraft that would take you out if you had approached in the wrong type of vehicle. Anyway, full-on military simulation. You had to get in, destroy as much of the hardware as they had, and then destroy the radio tower so no new hardware would turn up. I mean, you'd be fighting over this maybe for as long as an hour, because you know, a truck would turn up and 50 soldiers would get out, or a helicopter would fly over the top and 15 soldiers would parachute out. So what are we doing here, and what are we after? I'm not after food because I found some meat, but I am after some water. And one of the things that never even occurred to me to remember about this village is there a water source? Let's have a look on the... Oops, hang on, that's not going to work. I don't see any little symbols for water, and I'm not entirely sure any of the buildings are enterable. This may be a bust, guys, but we'll have a little run through this village. It is weird to see this with zombies here and not Soviet soldiers, but here we go. Yeah, let's do a run through. Run! Yeah, same to you too with brass knobs on. And none of these are enterable buildings. Look at this, not a single enterable building here. Oh, that is annoying. Doesn't look like I'm going to find any water whatsoever. Yeah, same to you with brass knobs on. Piss off, you lot. So that was a complete waste of time coming here. I mean, it was nice to see it again. I mean, there may be something in that doorway, but I can't find that out right now. So which way are we heading? Roughly in this direction. We'll run away from the zombies and tag them if we have to on the way out. I just sort of wanted to come back to this place because, you know, I've spent many hours, a great many hours, playing in this particular portion of the map, and for some reason, all this Dayz playing, I had not a single example problem. All this playing of Dayz, I never bothered to come here. So let's tag the next thing we want to go and have a look at, and as we're this close, we might as well go to Devil's Castle. A place I used to drive past but never stop at. Oh gosh, it was over there somewhere. Where's it gone? Where's my tag? Oh, it's high up, and it's in the trees and I can't see it. Let's go to the side. It is 2 kilometers away, and it's in this direction, and I need something to drink. Hopefully I'll get there. There it is. I'll get to Devil's Castle and we'll find some cans of Coke or something. And yeah, there was absolutely nothing of interest in that village. It was just, I suppose, purely for my own selfish reasons, I wanted to go have a look at it, because I've not been there for ages. Yes. What would happen in that Evo is you'd take a town, successfully take the town, and you and all your friends would have to decamp. You'd have to look for vehicles, because the next one might be 2, 3, 4 kilometers away, and you'd have to take all your equipment over to where the next town was and start assaulting this one. To clear the entire map, you were looking at about 6 to 8 hours of continuous gameplay, and that's with a good dozen or so people working together to actually clear the map. It was a very good game, but it was a very good game mode, but it was very hard on the server. And you might have heard me mention the fire bug. That was not uncommon. We used to get the fire bug quite a lot when you were playing Evo, and you would get other glitches and game glitches because it was so hard on the server. But anyway, let's talk to you again when I've covered the 1.5 kilometers to Devil's Castle. And here we are, a couple of 100 meters from Devil's Castle. Immediate needs, beyond just having a good look about. I need some liquid. I need something to drink. If we just get rid of that, that's a very strong red. That's a very strong red on the needing something to drink mark, to the point where I think I'm going to need fairly soon. Otherwise, it's going to start flashing. Let's go into first person. I know some people prefer it when I record in third person, but I'm sorry guys, I can't shoot in the third person. I don't know what it is. We've got a tower we can go in, got some battlements, no zombies yet, sort of a good sign. Yeah, I can hear one. Let's go straight up into there. Where are you? Oh, he's behind me. Straight up there, let's see what was what. And, not water. No, it's not water. Ooh. Let's see if we can go along here. Is that a can? No, not a can. There are times when that would have been really useful, but not today. I can hear zombies, but I can't see zombies. Oh, there's one over there. Nothing there I need. Oh, another watch, whoopie-doo. Let's go to ASD. Let's see what's up here. I'm sure this would be very, very useful to someone. You know, it's always the case that what you want is never available. Binoculars, you see? I got binoculars. I don't need another binoculars. So the binoculars. Always mindful about walking off the edge. Take extra special care not to fall, because that would kill you. That would be a waste. You know, we're well equipped. We've got lots of gear. How stupid would it be right now? Nothing. To fall off. That would be very, very stupid indeed. Again. Aha! Can of Coke. life is saved by a can of Coke. Where are we? Can of Coke. Let me drink. Because it was flashing. It's just started flashing, and bingo. Let's see if there's anything here of actually any great worth. No, it's a bandage or something. Oh, what's the something? Makarov. You see? Makarov. You'd want a Makarov round if you wanted a Makarov round, if you know what I mean. Again, very mindful of edges of walls and long drops. And we've got another can. So we can put the can in our front pack. So now at least we've got some food, we've got some water, so we can now traipse another long distance. So have a quick look on the map, see where we are. We're here. Move out now. Again, another place I spent a long time attacking, because that was the second town you attacked. This one. So, Bergino or up to the airfield? I think Bergino. I think that's where we're going next. How far away is that? God, it's another 5.5 kilometres. Good grief. Let's have a look over the edge. Always suspicious of this game in edges. Doesn't do edges very well. Definitely doesn't do heights well. Nothing much else here. So should I go somewhere before I get here? If I am, hang on, where am I? Devil's Castle. I could go there first, couldn't I? Dubrovka. Looks like there's some agricultural bits there. Little town of Dubrovka. That place apparently gets a bit of military spawn in, but I don't know much about it. Bugger all a clem. But sorry, yeah, football pitch. So we are Devil's Castle. Yeah, it's on the way. Let's go. Sometimes these very long distances are easier to handle when you chop them up. So yeah, just under 4 clicks might be a little easier to stomach than. I wish there was a side rail. Yeah, 4 clicks might be a little easier to stomach than 5.5 straight down. Good thing I'm not affected much by heights, eh? But you wouldn't want to misstep, would you? And break a leg out here on your own. I'd have to come out of the server, get someone like Gaddo and say, "Yeah, Gaddo, I've broken my leg, I'm in such and such a place," and get him to spawn in, walk all the way here, and then we could join the server at the same time and he could heal me, I suppose. That's one way of dealing with it. But yeah, you wouldn't want to be badly injured. Where's home? Right, we're off in the right direction. You wouldn't want to be badly injured in a place like that, would you? Not on your own, not miles from anywhere. I suppose that's what I would do. I would, if I had a broken leg and I was out here, I'd have to come out of the game and leave a message for Gaddo or Pip telling them where I am, get them to go there and then join the server once they're there, and then they can heal me. I suppose that's one way of dealing with it, but probably not the best way to deal with it. Anyway, talk to you in 3.7 kilometres. So here we are, we're close to civilization. There's a road, there's some power lines here. Now, I'm a great believer in using power lines as an aid to navigation if you don't happen to have a map. And here are those power lines, here. I'm wondering where they go and where they come from. And where they go is here, just north of the lumber mill. And where do they come from is, keep on going, past Staroy, sorry, Novi Sobor, Stary Sobor, so it goes between Novi and Stary, and they come all the way. Oh, hang on. Then they go this way to Zelena Gorse. Now there's something I didn't realise. So if you didn't have a map, and these are the power lines that run. This lower one runs to Cherno, and that one runs to Zelena. Did not know that if I followed these power lines, so without the use of a map, would get you Staria Novi, and then all the way up here to Dubgrovka, and then if you carried on following them, they would take you here. I will have to do that run one day, which is Bergino, the lumber mill, and this entire industrial complex. See, that one just stops. So, mental note, power lines. Power lines, very, very useful things. Because you don't need a map, you don't need a compass, you don't even need it to be daytime. And you can follow power lines. So let's have a little look up here into this farm thing. I could do with a bite to eat, although I am carrying some decent food. First load of zombies. Oh, I've spooked already. That's annoying. I'm going to do a run through on a few buildings here. There's a water tower. Love those water towers, they're gorgeous looking things. Thank you. Bugger off. What have we got? We've got low fences. Low fences are a pain in the tailpipe. There's some loot in there. This is worth having for me. And we go through a machine barn. Yeah, always empty whiskey bottles. And the people around here must have been alcoholics or something. Do I really want to be using a dinner bell? Don't think so. Wait. Oh. It takes quite a few shots, doesn't it? It's the first time I've had to use that. Sody can. Might as well have a drink while I'm here. And is that another sody can? Bugger it is. Oh no, it isn't. It's food. Just what the doctor ordered. Sardines. Impressive looking beastie, isn't it? That's a long one. It's all fairly routine stuff. What have we got? Brightly coloured, a hatchet, some shotgun shells, more shells. Always end up having to close and then open those doors. Sometimes, oops, wrong button. In there, you'll find something spawn in. Occasionally it'll be a zombie. Low fences, pain in the tail. Right, next place to go to is Bergino. 1.7 kilometres away, you see? That's not far at all. Off we trot. We'll probably pick this guy up on the way past. Oh, Mr. Zombie. Or possibly this guy. Picked up someone. Yeah, there he is. He's on the run. He's on the run. Don't care. Running away. And on that note, there might be a supermarket in there. Oh well. On that note, see you in Bergino. And here we are. About to run through the outskirts of Bergino. Where zombies go, little buggers. And yeah, it's a pretty good place to be, as places to be go. There's some food in there. Watch out for there's lots of fences around here, if I remember rightly. Yeah, fence, stop fence. We'll just get over this rise and we'll look down on the town, because a large concrete building there is a hospital. one of the few places where you can guarantee that you will find blood supplies and other medical bits and bobs. There's plenty of water supplies, there's plenty going on. There's also lots of fences. I'm going to try and remember my way through them. No, can't get through there. I have to just get through that, through this orchard. See? There are apples on them trees. Fence, fence, oh, neck. Oh, gate. That'll do. But we have at Bergino, this is a pretty good place to be. At this end of the town, we've got the hospital. There are these tents here, but there's never anything in them. But they're quite good for running through, for getting rid of zombies. Pretty much always find, although it probably won't be, because yes, there it is, medical supply box. So you don't have to go up there. There'll be some on the roof as well. Just around the corner here should be a water. Yeah, there it is. So hang on, Tom. I can finally refill my water. Because I'm here, I will drink and refill again, even though I do know there's another one around the corner. There is a supermarket there, and a pub there. You know, this is getting good. Medical, food supply, other bits and bobs. Good place to be, this one. And what we always used to do is run through here, come round to the back, and see, water supply, nice one. For the longest time, this was a despawn point, because this is where I would have a tent. I would have a tent just here, and despawn. So I'm going to take the opportunity to despawn here, but what I'll do is quickly have a look at the map and tell you where have we been today. Oh, time. Nope, doesn't work when the map screen is up. Wait, go away. Time is coming up to 1:45. So I've been playing for about 2 hours. Thank God the video's not 2 hours long, eh? But we started down here, just to the south of Zelenogorsk. We discovered that very strange shit. Check it out. That was those guys standing there looking at each other. Very weird. Because we were up here. We came back down through here and here. Oh, we also went to Devil's Castle, didn't we? We went through here and we're now here. So that's a fair few miles or kilometres covered from there to there, from there to there. In around 2 hours. I know my style of play is very different from most other people, but we're going to decamp here. I'm in and around about here-ish. We're going to decamp here. I'm going to spend some time in this area and find myself a tent, put a tent down where I am at the moment. So I'll put a tent in amongst these buildings somewhere. So, love you and leave you, and subscribe, comment, all that normal stuff, and I shall talk to you, ladies and gentlemen, later.